Hello all. So my name is Sanjay Kumar Adhikari and I am going to present this case study on embedded career in India. First of all, I would like to thanks everyone who have taken time to provide feedback in our survey form done by Embedkari systems. I really appreciate that and hope that will help others. So the problem basically to solve here is embedded career planning for triple ECE students, mainly electronics domain, and based on input from embedded professionals in India. So how to find a balanced career approach? Let's look into this. Collect input from industry and process. So that first part we have already done for all students, and we have also done analysis of that, and we have also identified key points, and we will share that conclusion. And you need to spend just 20-25 minutes to understand this, and 30% of job is done with planning in right direction. So that's why this time is important. So results basically uh, depends on that whatever we provided, but your 60% job is done with foundation of technical skills like C, Linux and all that. We'll see that. So first question was how you got interested in embedded career. So most of the people got interested from engineering workshops and projects in robotics, SCADA, MCU, etc. We have selected few input and providing here because the survey are anonymous, so there is no question of identification of that people provided the survey. So one particular input here is like I was interested in product development, so got interested in it. Makes sense because this is embedded system is a complete product with software and hardware. So definitely it is good choice. For example, if you look for the ATM machine, mobile, anything, even electronic space, this blood pressure measuring instrument, and a lot of security related appliances, everywhere you will find that complete product with embedded. And another input here, from higher secondary I was interested in electronics. I got placed in instrumentation controls domain, worked 4 year, then did master in US in embedded system. So basically this person might have got that job from the campus and did that 4 years and then did master and work as embedded, then moved to embedded software engineer. So he was very much interested in the embedded domain only. Another input is here, since my school days I was interested in physics, and in college days the same interest was on electronics. So physics interest makes sense because like in physics you study everything similar to diode or current or voltage or circuit related stuff. Lot of things you study apart from that other domains like mechanics and all that. So that is like really good base for this, and we mark it as a good input here. And so that kind of feedback gives the background of the interest in embedded career. Second is, did any school or college level workshop helped you? Because in a school also these days like Arduino robotics workshop used to be there. So 52.9%, like based on our input collected from almost 54 people across the industry from various colleges and working in good companies, and some of them are not working as well. So uh, in this, like, if this big percentage, like where they are saying no, it was not helpful, so that is that has to be improved some way. And this internship help me college level workshop only limited to by certification. So someone provided school level electronics and master degree help, and not even professors were able to explain. So professors mostly, many places, maybe not from in industry, so that kind of expectations with the latest technology, sometime theoretical background will be definitely from professors only, the solid background in terms of whether it is programming language, whether it is digital electronics and all that. So that foundation, the purpose of that engineering is the foundation. So for industry, definitely some extra efforts required. Okay, some office workshop and all that, those kind of input is there. And another input is like internship help me, college level workshop are limited, the same input actually here. And which never asked by industry. So basically in this case, that person took that in the during the internship, and then based on the experience in the industry, he was never asked for college certificate. So that's why this input is there. And school level electronics and microcontroller programming help me. So microcontroller, this is the another input from another person. So we provide, I will go through, like I will put just one input together and another input from another person, and only selected inputs. No, it is not possible to discuss all inputs. Okay, so microcontroller programming at school level is possible only like Arduino level. I can't expect beyond that, because that microprocessor or MC study is required there. Okay, this is anyway good input. Again, that is school level, some foundation is done. So let's mark it. And so this kind of background is there. So when you started putting effort, so that is more important, that whether that you are interested, but when you really started putting efforts in that. So in this case, like most of the people say second year, third year. Okay, so some of basically you can see input here mostly second year, and here it is second year, third year coming, and even final year after post graduation and all that. So that kind of input is there. Okay, and first year very few. Okay, so after that, so during my master in USA, though I did projects in embedded system in bachelor. Okay, so those days, because this person seems to be experienced one, written that embedded companies didn't come to campus placement Chennai. So that may be pretty old thing. These days, it's common in the place like Chennai. That campus placement. Okay, and another thing is like good input here. First year, first semesters, college level Robocon team. This is MIT Pune. So this is really good input. That first year itself, that base started. Okay, so this kind of base is really required in embedded, whether it is school level and first year itself in engineering. So what plan you suggest to students for embedded career, that we asked. So someone provided, I will suggest all colleges not to conduct seminars and workshop which are waste of time. So probably this guy, based on like because there is to be lot of academic pressure also, so that's why suggesting not to do this just for certification. So I prefer a student must be introduced by professors, and later must do some project on own, so that a practical experience is given importance in, and there should be a mentor from for a department from industry, so that that mentor can provide a correct input to the college. So that kind of input is provided, because in industry lot of people working for this academic things, and it is very much possible for someone to provide input, at least not even working dedicatedly there. And another input is like, if you really want to be a embedded, start as early as possible and do some small scale projects and invest in some development boards to get hands on. That is good input. And another person provided the complete list. This person provided in two parts. So first part, it says, first make master yourself in C language, and C++ knowledge will be a plus, not mandatory. And try to be good at data structure. Okay, so I'm putting these inputs here because I also do agree with this these inputs. And really good input. And gain microcontroller knowledge by practice and good understanding of operating system. So this is required for even without operating system. Now it is not that good, because these days most of the devices having lot of resources including memory and all that. So real time operating system will be there, even Linux based will be there, lot of operating system flavors are available. And Linux, embedded Linux, RTOS concept, and Linux system programming means if you want to go for advanced level embedded career, so definitely thread programming, creating process level understanding of that will help, because your embedded advanced system itself a complete computer and device driver level development. Without that you cannot introduce new devices to your system. Okay, so learn some scripting language like Python, Perl, shell scripting. This is important because this can help you to extend your job portfolio towards testing size, as well as towards machine learning or artificial intelligence at edge. So that is really good input. So this is overall embedded stuff. So good input really. And let's mark it. And this one is one can take note all these things and follow this. So this is definitely going to help. So this is the plan for that embedded career. And so what backup plan? So normally people say like if getting job is tough in embedded. So obviously if you are preparing for, you are busy in preparing for gate and other civil service examination and all that, if you don't get anywhere, then you think in the final year, okay, let's try the embedded. And then again you don't get, because you don't have that kind of exposure to that embedded stuff. So then you say, okay, I did in engineering but I didn't get the job. So it requires a planning. So somebody, if even if interested, they are now afraid of getting job in embedded, because most of the like MNCs mostly prefer from campus of good institute definition is here, where they the academy basically follow all this these things throughout that 4 year. They mentor a student in a proper way. So that's why that MNCs go there. But a small scale, definitely people take that. And but there also it is restricted. Many places people prefer at least 1 year experience and all that. So uh, another backup, we ask what it should be backup, so that person at least can move to another domain if not no experience in embedded. Okay, so don't go for option B. Someone input provided that backup option, don't go for that. Embedded is perfect industry and plenty of jobs are there. Work hard. So this person is confident on that. And that this kind of confidence definitely helps sometime. And another, we can expect a boom in electronics hardware manufacturing in upcoming. So knowledge about hardware can substantially help them. So like even if you are interested in embedded software, you might be definitely learning on the hardware. So if you put some extra focus on hardware, like go through some schematic review or understand those concepts, and mostly electronics background, it will be not difficult for them, and understand the model simulation and all that. So like that is as a background, so that will help you in future. Okay, this is one thing. And second thing is, like another input, I think Python and C++ both are major boost for career. Example, if your dream company Tesla and you wanted to work there as embedded engineer, you must learn Python. And so this help to write a script and all that. So this is like input provided in the sequence also, whatever we have seen in the previous slides. So it is like just example for Tesla, but most of the companies definitely they are using Python for various purposes, whether it is a product company or semiconductor company. Everyone use Python at least for testing purpose. So this is not specific to this. And C++, object oriented approach, and Python is definitely a plus. Okay, so that is a good input, and with example, so let's mark it. And second thing, we ask what support, this is important, like your college provided for this provided or now provide basically for embedded. So they had old syllabus system where they just give some program to copy in our notes and try them 8051. Okay, so there were like 7 segment display, and this person was expecting lot from college. And but I will say at least they have the provision of 8051 and all that, but this is good for second year or third year level. When you study microprocessor later final year, if you are interested, definitely one must work on the ARM kind of platform. So the only benefit I got was having operating system subject in our curriculum. This is good input. So operating system gives like you will understand like MMU related thing, and lot of resource management. Basically, you will understand once you study this operating system. As I told, these days, like without operating system, it is not possible to think to move to advanced or even medium level this embedded system. So another input, my college provided very less support for embedded as subject was introduced in the last year. So this was really bad luck. And but whatever I learned using the training program, either offline online. So this is the self learning. You will find many example of self learning in embedded, and that is really needed. And other thing, the another input from another college, they had a club called embedded system and robotics. So I have seen many colleges having only robotics club. So if this both together, it really makes sense, like embedded system and robotics club. Without embedded stuff, you cannot without microcontroller, or you cannot drive this motor intelligently and move that robot arm, or any kind of action sensor related thing, and any kind of vision related thing. So microcontroller is needed there. And another thing, in the final year project, I have taken use of embedded development kit, that is LPC 2148, my college. So this person basically created this LPC 2148 and kit, and college helped them. So this kind of experience is really good actually in final year, because this is the NXP device, and good device, and that kind of exposure the person had. We have also given one similar article in our website. Okay, so that from a student. And another input is like the competition at college and inter college levels were very helpful to get hands on. So what we have learned, so this is like not only college, this is inter college level competition. So in this case, definitely that one get chance to work as a team, and to do the complete product development kind of activity. So that is definitely good input, that inter college level activity must be there, and this will help. And second, how much money you spend on getting expertise in embedded system. So this input, basically we got input from zero to multiple blacks. So I am providing some idea here, like people mention like 4,000, 10,000, and some even didn't spend anything. And so here, first input, not in training but doing projects, require money for components, controller, debugger, external debugger, definitely. So it's like 40k Indian rupees, so throughout masters and bachelors. And second thing, this is person did master also. Second input is like I spent some money in getting expertise in embedded system, mainly for doing some hobby circuits. So this is the good input. I have seen many people, they love to work on the core thing, even if they move to IT sector because of the job requirement, still they do the hobby circuits in the side by side. So in this case, how much money I spent, not that much important, and what information and knowledge I got from them. From this, hard works, that important. So this person mentioned basically the hard work done, and basically from that, not that money, and in fact the knowledge the person got important, makes sense. And another thing is like input for master degree tuition worth many lakhs. So mm, uh, this is for someone moved for master in US, so definitely it will go into multiple of blacks. And here 1.5 lakh and 15 month input, and another is 7 month time and 1 lakh in terms of money and still learning. So all these inputs, like if you take that step in the first year, second year itself, so I am pretty sure that you will save this money, you will save the timing. So alignment of these things with your course is most important. Okay, so whenever you study microprocessor, you align with that, something from the industry. So have never measured the same, just learning more every day. This is the last input. So this person is very much busy in doing and that embedded step day to day life. That's really good input. And the kind of dedication from the people, they are they love to work on the embedded stuff, and they don't measure all this money and time in that. And another is that how much time, months, graduating in engineering, you got your first job. So here you notice within 6 months majority got job. So this is really good. Whatever the 54 response we got, out of that, if majority got this within 6 months, so definitely whoever provided input to us are um, mm, you know mm, best candidates in the industry, and their input will definitely help. For example, if you prepare for IIT, then you go through that, whatever the people qualified the IIT provide the input. So similarly here, the successful people provided the input here, so following them will definitely help. Let me see further. So next question: in which company you are working currently. So you can see like this is that input here. We can see based on that this input we got input from people, embedded professional working across the industry, starting from the semiconductor like microchip Cypress, or product based company LG, and even like design houses TCS, and small scale companies robotics. So this kind of mixed input actually we got. And even for the people who are not working and working in application engineering, and those that kind of input we have received, so from the R&D, from application, from so this kind of input. And the people, even those who are right now struggling for the job, that input is also there. Okay, so further, let's see that our next question. And here like where do you see yourself after 5 year? Okay, you got the job or whatever, but what is your long term career plan? So one person say I don't say clear sight yet because I may take a master's or entrepreneurship. Another say expert person in embedded system and embedded Linux. And third one, honestly, I got job during my final year of engineering. I worked in embedded software engineer in reputed organization for this much of time. I remember this part. I don't want that person to be recognized by some way and create problem for that person. And but due to some issue, I had to resign the job. Now I am working in IT company, but that does not stop me from learning new things in embedded, and embedded is my great backup. Interesting. So this person is working in IT and taking embedded as a hobby and also as a backup. If something goes wrong in the IT, then definitely that embedded as a backup in terms of job or as a business or whatever in the long term. So that is really good input. And let's move further. So my goal is to see myself in a position where you take important decision in a project and be a master in the work I do. So here like in the long term this person uh, inclined towards technical management and expertise in the area. So this is really good input, that kind of the intention to get expert in that current field is really good. And let's move further. And next question we ask about any additional input. So let's see what additional input. So being an embedded engineer, system understanding is must. So also system understanding is must. So this makes sense, like overall system in terms of operating system or hardware, firmware. So all having all technologies like the protocols and good programming knowledge will be helpful. So learn different kind of interfaces and communication protocol and hardware related things, so that will help. Okay, even for example DSP. And so that is additional input. Another input is like blaming education system is not a solution. You cannot say like it is not being provided. So because these days you can anyway learn through online or offline self study. And if you want to pursue career in our interest, then one must stay focused and persistent. So after all, universe is always with us whenever we think whatever we think we get. So like people, as I told, do preparation for IIT and civil services. And similarly they can also work hard for this embedded stuff also, if they are really interested in that. Okay, so first thing is important, that interest must be there to work on a particular area. So last one is now let's move to the conclusion. and that whatever we concluded based on the input whatever we have received, like first conclusion is definitely start as early as possible. Okay, as soon as possible, to save time and money. So we have seen people spend lakhs of money to get that. Second thing is like during the college, select relevant industry courses to save timing, and to be to manage with your college level workload, and work hard. Okay, that work hard and continuously you need to work hard so that you can achieve things. And also, uh, don't do everything theoretically. You try to learn a skill with experiments practically. For example, if you are learning C, then do lot of practice. If you are learning something microcontroller, and try on the actual hardware. Okay, whether you choose a cheap hardware, then it's fine, but actual hardware definitely helpful. And make a balance with C++, Python, etc. So this balance will actually help in long term, not only for backup but also for advanced embedded career. For example, after the embedded, if you want to move to high speed interfaces, or if you want to move to like desktop like platform, or these days a very high speed platform or high performance devices from Nvidia, AMD, Intel. So then this C++ and Python will definitely help there. So this serves the double purpose. And second thing is like try to use the free stuff available wisely. That there are a lot of technical tips at LinkedIn being provided by professionals, and we also have a LinkedIn page, Embedkari, where we provide all this. And we also provide a lot of there are articles we have provided at embedkari.com. If you go there, you will find for everything, at least how to start, like machine learning and IoT, what kind of operating system, RTOS. You will find C related stuff there. You will find Python, Linux, and even for Arduino engineering approach is there. And ESP8266 Node MCU wireless related experiment with protocol debugging, level debugging is there. STM32, and even PowerPC, ARM, and RISC-V. High level devices also we have touched there, and which you can attempt there. And in YouTube, we have getting started with Linux, and we have C, and we have whole STM32 series, and we have ARM related series, and also like there are some, we have also used some high level simulator where it is not possible to have board, and also utilizing some existing old devices, that also we have provided some experiments actually, so that practical exposure you get. Apart from that, we post the selected jobs at facebook.com Embedkari page. And recently we posted for even for freshers also. Okay, so I hope all this input will help you. And please visit this embedkari.com, and go through our FAQ of low cost courses that will help you. Thank you.